Hi, welcome to Seymour's World. I want to thank all of you who sent me texts and emails regarding our last show on the comparison of the detention centers to the Nazi concentration camps. I received hundreds of emails and texts, and most of them were quite supportive, and I appreciate you understanding the difference between the detention centers and the concentration camps. So, today our topic is, what is your happiness quotient? How do we judge our happiness? Is it just a degree of contentment? Quotient signifies a number, so I have devised 7 aspects that I feel we need to quantify to know our happiness quotient. I challenge you to judge each of these 7 happiness quotients for yourself. Before you start, you should know that you can value each happiness quotient as much as you like on a scale of 1 to 5. Obviously, these are my suggestions, but you may have other quotients that are important to you. Number 1, emotional happiness. If we master our own emotions, then we are more likely to actively control our own happiness. You see, it turns out happiness is not just a result of the things that happen around you. In fact, happiness is much more dependent on your own emotional mindset. If we master our own emotions, then we are more likely to actively control our own happiness. Number 2, physical happiness. Challenging my body has a great positive effect on my happiness. It's the reason why I love tennis and golf so much. In fact, I play with partners who are 20 years younger than me. Being healthy is extremely important for my happiness. The feeling of my intense exercising has a great effect on my personal happiness, especially knowing I have cancer and every day is truly a gift for me. Number 3, social happiness. They say happiness is only real when shared. Your wife, your children, your family. I'm still the happiest on days that I spend with friends and my family, whether it's traveling or barbecue or just going to the movies. Number 4, occupational happiness. It's increasingly more important that your occupation is something that is pleasant and endurable. Better yet, for some lucky people amongst us, work is actually something that brings happiness to their lives. Intellectual happiness. It's very important that you find some kind of intellectual satisfaction from other sources. Something that triggers your mind, some kind of challenge that you look forward to. The proverbial mountain that you want to climb. Something that actually gives you satisfaction and that you can be proud of. In short, something that makes you want to wake up in the morning. For some people, this satisfaction is gained by traveling. For others, this intellectual itch is satisfied by learning another language. Some other examples are playing, writing, recording music, writing stories, painting, budgeting, gardening, or even solving a Rubik's Cube. Next, environmental happiness. This happiness quotient might be a little harder for some to grasp. You can get a feeling of how much you value this quotient by asking, are you happy about the environment in which you live? And do you feel like you have a positive influence on it? What can you do? How about picking up trash or litter? Next, spiritual happiness. The spiritual happiness quotient is not just about religion. It's also about feeling true with yourself. Therefore, this happiness quotient can be just as important to an atheist as to a Christian or a Muslim or a Jew. Feeling true to yourself starts and ends with your spiritual happiness. If you value this happiness quotient, then you should be aware of things that you value most. What inner purposes do you connect the most to? And how much can you steer your life in the best direction based on these values? That's what the spiritual happiness quotient comes down to. Feeling in peace with your inner beliefs and who you really are. Now that you know what my 7 happiness quotients are, it's time for you to test your own happiness quotient. Every human being on this planet is unique. We all value happiness quotients differently. Therefore, you and I don't share the same values and beliefs. In fact, your interpretation of the happiness quotients might be totally different from mine. Just because I get a lot of happiness from challenging myself physically doesn't mean that you necessarily have to as well. Let me know if you would like more detail on how to value your own personal happiness quotients, and I'll be glad to help you. Thanks for watching Seymour's World. I look forward to your comments. Aloha.